life. That'd be funny.
Sure.
And wasn't he with Tupac when Tupac was shot?
Yeah, Suge Knight was running a record company called Death Row. Then they sent him to jail because a lot of his business associates, he had to beat him up because they don't listen. They wouldn't pay attention to him. And they weren't doing what he said.
Really?
Well, it's very hard.
Who was he beating up? People who were on his record label?
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't doing anything wrong. He was just beating up guys on his record label.
That's allowed.
Who knew that was against the law? No, he was just like beating up other record company guys. Who cares about them? He was beating up Vanilla Ice. Who cares? Vanilla Ice deserved it.
He deserved to be.
He did. Behave like a white man. Do you know how to talk to a black guy like Suge Knight? Dave?
I can try. You know, we'll try talking to him.
You know any?
I'll try rapping with him.
Ebonics?
Do you know any Ebonics?
Well, I could say something like, hey, DL, up on the heezy for some sheezy. I'm off to the meat track for show. You feel me, dog? I'll roll a bone up in this piece. Let's blaze this, Howard. We'll try it.
All right, Dave. You sound like
you sound like you're ready.
Yeah.
You sound like you're ready to rap. Yeah, what is it, Gary?
We need one more minute for Mr. Knight. He's in the bathroom shaving his head.
Shaving his head?
He couldn't do that before he got here.
Why is he shaving his head?
I don't know.
Collect everything.
Just a few more minutes.
Wow.
I'll let you know.
I wonder if he still has money.
Oh, yeah. He still has his record company.
He does? Didn't all the guys he beat up sue him and stuff?
I don't think so.
I think he was running the label from jail.
Yeah.
Really?
He was still very successful.
Wow.
We got to ask him about Michael Jordan, Howard.
I don't think anybody's sued him.
What about Michael Jordan?
Well, his wife is divorcing him, and he says he's only worth $70 million. That's one smart black brother. Hide that money, brother. More power to him. That's why I'm not married.
I know, it scares you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to wait for Suge to shave his head.
Can we get a camera on the... How are our guests prepared?
What is it, Casey?
Another update.
Richie tried to go in there with the camera.
Yeah.
And
they beat him up?
I don't think Mr. Knight likes to get film when he's shaving his head.
What, are you afraid? This is our house.
What are you, a pussy? Go in there with the camera and tell him who's boss. He's in our hood. Don't take crap. You can handle it. Uh-oh, here he is with a freshly shaved head. Suge Knight. Just fresh out of prison.
Did they ever get the camera in there? That's what I want.
Did you ever get the camera in on Suge Knight to see him shave his head? I'd love to see that. How you doing, Suge?
Sit down, Suge.
Take a seat. Relax. Now you're in my hood. You're in my posse.
Have like a little cup or something,
Little cup, please, for Mr. Knight.
He's got a cigar.
Yeah. Mr. Knight, Puffy.
Puffy?
Yeah, listen. Puffy, P. Diddy, Snoop Dogg,
Dr. Dre,
all of these brothers dissed you.
Brothers, huh? That what they are?
Yeah, well, barely. I'm more a brother. Exactly. They disrespected you.
Right.
When are we going to go get these guys, and how are we going to do it?
Wait a minute.
Let's get it. No, come on.
Well,
when are we going to get them?
Well, basically, ever since they've been music witness protection program, I haven't seen any of them.
Right. Have you seen any of these guys who were... Listen, Snoop Dogg you started him off.
Right.
You fronted the money for him.
Right.
You got him into the rap business.
Right.
Well, that is what record companies do, right?
Yeah. You signed him from the ghetto.
Right.
Nobody else wanted him.
Also, when he was getting ready to go to prison, I put up $4.5 million to make sure he didn't go to prison.
You put up $4.5 million so that
it's bail money, right?
And lawyer fees.
And lawyer fees.
Right.
How did he pay you back?
By acting like a bitch.
He's a bitch.
Right.
And you're not afraid to say it.
Oh, that's real talk.
You're a real gangster. You actually did prison time. These other guys don't do prison time.
Well, when you really look at it, when Andre both went to jail, he never even went to county jail. He had a situation where he beat up a girl. He was tired of him beating up girls, so he both went to county jail. He broke down, folded up like a lawn chair. So we did a very special thing the lawyers did with the judge that allowed him to go to Pasadena County Jail, and they had like a TV in the bed. He went there for a few hours and left, so he never went to prison.
You are saying on this show that Dr. Dre, so-called gangster rapper, only went to jail for beating a woman.
Only went to jail for beating. He didn't even go to jail because he couldn't go to county jail because...
You have color TV in county jail.
Yeah, he couldn't even go to county jail. The county jail is totally different. So they had a special program set up for him that he would come in like early in the morning, sits in his room with the TV. He wouldn't see no contact with no other inmates. Mm-hmm. Nobody could see him, and then he would leave and come back. And that
he got to leave jail.
He got to leave jail.
He never even went to jail.
When you were in jail, did they let you leave?
You were on lockdown, I think.
Weren't you in lockdown?
The thing it wasn't even jail. It was just a thing a slap on the wrist.
Will you kill all these guys? Will you kill Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and P. Diddy?
Well, you know, one of the things I would absolutely not do that, because one of the things you got to realize is this: it's more painful for these guys to be around and not be around, because every day they get up before they even piss, shit, brush their teeth.
You can't say that.
I thought it was a Howard Stern.
No, you can't say that, Shay. This is not prison, my brother. By the way, assalamu
Nice
alaikum.
looking sister too.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. I thought you were talking to me.
No, anyway.
Yes.
Excuse the foul language. Anyway, before they get up and do anything they feel they have to do, start their day, they look down, they look around, and before they go from their corner, leave their house to the gas station, they got escorts, police escorts.
Really?
Right. Everything is just all hectic. So it's not really a life. They like doing time more than I was doing time.
Listen, now, let me ask you a question. You're the
Wait a
head
minute. First of all, I really need to know why he was in jail.
He was in jail because he...
No, he's here. He can tell us.
All right, go ahead. Let me just sum up, because there's a million questions we got for you.
Right.
All right. You're the head of the record company. You're still a wealthy man, right?
I believe so.
Right. You're a millionaire.
Yeah, I can say that.
Right. And you come out of jail, and all of your major artists have defected. Do you call them right away and set up a meeting as soon as you get out of prison and say, listen, you bitches, you better come over to my posse or I kick your asses? Or something like that. Is that what you said?
No, what I did, I moved forward. I got Crooked Eye, I got PB, I got Eastwood, I got
You sign new artists.
signed new artists. See, one thing about rap is a young man's sport.
Yes.
That's what people don't understand.
Yes.
Once a guy get to being 30-some years old, married with kids, and he don't live in the ghetto, and he ain't surrounded, he ain't street no more, you can't understand it.
It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
So it's really for the young guys who's off the block, who's out the mud.
Right.
Once these guys get to be a certain age, it's really over anyway.
I see.
Half of these guys, you know, I don't have anything about, you know, against gay people or nothing. It's just I can respect the person who's gay who come out and say they's gay.
Right.
Then you got
Who's
your
gay?
choice. But the other
A
guys,
lot of the rappers are gay and they don't admit it.
yeah, 95% on his closet cases.
Right.
Come on,
Oh, yeah.
95%?
I wouldn't say 95% because I don't know all of them. I
He's
know
got
the
a
ones-
lot of...
I know the ones who's on our label was like that.
Isn't it true?
Name names.
No, don't name names. Isn't it true? Isn't it true that when you got out of prison, you called for a meeting with some of these guys, with Dre, Snoop, and all these guys, and they said they'd show up to the meeting, and you sat there and waited for them, and they did not show up?
Not only did not show up, they disconnect their phones and they buried themselves for a while.
Right.
And then that's recently, Dre went to my PO and tried to get me violent. He snitched on me. I haven't even seen the guy since I've been home.
You're on probation.
I'm on parole, baby.
Parole.
Parole.
Whatever. I don't know
So
the language.
anyway, he went to my PO.
How many record company executives you know are on parole? Most of them should be,
The
but...
thing about it, he went to my PO and they made a special case in my parole conditions by saying that he basically put a constraint order against me.
Who did this?
Andre. And only people I know you put a constraint order against somebody unless it's a battered woman, like a wife or baby mama. I didn't know a so-called gangster rapper would go put a constraint order against another man.
Right. It's very... Because I know the way
Is that why you're saying he's gay?
I'm saying he's gay because there's a guy named Bruce and they've been sleeping together for years.
Oh.
And we had a meeting. We had these meetings in the red room, right? And once we had these meetings, you had to put everything on the table. Everybody had some drinks and wouldn't nobody lie. Because if anybody get caught lying, it was always a consequence.
Right.
So Tupac stood up and said, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this. Dre, you's a faggot. Dre said, first of all,
Right.
I'm not a faggot. He said, okay, well then you're a homosexual. He said, I'm not a homosexual. I'm bisexual.
These meetings is
So
something
he
else.
said, you bisexual. He said, see, that's another thing I don't want to do. I don't want to be doing songs with a guy who's pounding other guys in the butt. then Dre said, Pac, I thought you was smart. You still dumb. If I want to pound some butt, I can do a woman. I'm a bisexual because I like to get my cheekbones blew out. I like to get pounded in the butt.
Oh, my.
Well, let me just say,
What a meeting.
let me say something about this meeting because you're bringing us into the inner workings of a record company. A lot of people aren't used to this.
Really?
A lot of us live normal lives. By the way, Evil Dave is so nervous that he's quiet.
How are you today?
Dave Letterman. I don't know if
Can
you
I just say something, Mr. Knight, that I'm very pleased to meet you, and that I'm the head of the Ball State University chapter of the Bloods.
really. That's cool.
Oh,
Look at Dave Letterman looking
May I
at
call you Mr. Niggas?
niggas.
Yeah.
Hey, well, you know,
What about these white guys who say the word niggas?
well, you know, I'm gonna break it down to you like this.
Please.
I don't have respect for African Americans.
You don't?
For one, I'm not from Africa. I'm glad I'm not from Africa.
Right.
Africans don't like us.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
even Africans don't call themselves Africans. If they're from Kenya, they call themselves Kenya.
Right. There's no such
So,
thing as African.
You know, my whole thing is I ain't want all the other things. You know, either I'm black or, you know, if I'm gonna call myself a nigga, I'm gonna call myself a nigga.
Right.
And if certain people say nigga, we might just have to have a little conference later.
Uh-oh.
That's right. That's right. Yeah,
Dave
you
Letterman,
can't.
you better
You're a
be
white guy.
quiet.
You can't say. Were you saying nigger or niggas?
Niggas.
Niggas.
Yeah.
You better not say anything.
All right.
Dave,
I'm under contract.
That's right,
do
Dave.
you have anything nice you want to say to Mr. Knight?
No, I don't know. I'm just wearing my, whatever. I was just very saddened by
He's
the death
shaking.
of Tattoo.
What?
A tattoo.
Yeah, I
Yes.
just wanted you to know I was very saddened by that. He certainly was a fine rapper. Oh, that child song brought shivers to my body and, made me cry.
Tattoo recently died.
Yeah.
Who is Tattoo?
I don't know what he's talking
You know what he's talking about?
I don't know tattoos. You guys stands up or what?
I don't know.
Fantasy Island.
All right. Anyway, so I think Dave's going to have another heart attack.
I know. I think he's about to pass out.
All right. So when you talk about these private meetings between you and Dre and all
Tupac
the
and
Tupac,
whoever.
you got calling each other, doesn't mean necessarily. We got to.
This could be the dozens.
Yeah, it could be the dozens. You don't know that really Dre's doing that stuff. They're just ragging on each other.
No, we don't do that. One thing about Death Row, we say something we say, we mean what we say what we mean. So we have a conversation, our meeting is what you put everything on the table. That would make our music different.
Right.
There has to be a situation where you got to believe in what you're doing and you got to be about what you're doing.
Right. So you went to jail because you supposedly beat up a bunch of people.
Yeah, I went to prison.
Yeah, prison.
Yeah.
Because you supposedly beat up a bunch of people.
Right.
There were other record company people and recording stars, right?
Well,
Is that wrong to do? I mean,
my whole-
a lot of these guys don't listen, do they?
Yeah, I didn't understand the whole situation. The thing is, once again, it started at the studio, and it was over. Some guys came in, 2 guys came in,
Right.
and they had both some. Andre done the song "Boys in the Hood."
Right.
They didn't want the song from Boys in the Hood because they said it was too West Coast, so he gave it to Easy.
Right.
Now the song blew up. Now it was years later. These guys felt that he owed them a song.
Right.
So they show up to the studio. They pimp slapped one of my producers, which is Andre.
They bitch slap
They
him.
bitch slapped him.
They bitch slap one of your
They was gonna
producers.
take one of the songs. Then they said they was gonna use the phone. They was gonna do what they want to do, how they want to do it.
So you had
And
to
this is
step
in
in.
your
The
studio.
guys called me.
He disrespected you.
I show up. It's a guy and his brother. One of the guys weigh about 330. The other guy about 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah.
So it got to a situation that it was the battle of the beast. So obviously I got the better hand of them, and they told on me.
They called the cops.
They left.
Anybody try to mess with you in prison?
No, nobody ever tried to mess with me.
Did you have protection in prison?
I got myself,
Did you get into any fights?
Well, some things you don't tell about, but
You kicked some ass?
I always want to do a little of that.
Really?
But wait a minute. Let me ask something.
Nice.
You said earlier that he was. This was a violation of probation when
Yes.
he got into this fight. So why was he on probation?
A slight altercation before that.
Yeah.
A slight altercation.
Man has to fight.
Yeah, when I was young, my fists used to always have a way of trying to express themselves.
I see.
But now I'm more civilized, so that I can,
You're now going to control. Just get other people to beat people up for you. Don't do it yourself.
Please,
really.
please.
Seriously.
Don't
But, you gotta realize one thing: in the '80s, in all the '80s,
It was a
early
different
90s,
time.
It was a different time.
Hey, how great was it when you hung Vanilla Ice out the window by his ankles?
Was that
must have been fun. Come on, man. Share that experience with me. Was it great? That guy was whining like a bitch, right? How much fun was that? Describe to me what happened. You just knock on the door and just hung him out the window, or you let him cry for a little bit?
Had you been watching that movie with Lee Marvin?
Yeah.
Where'd
What
you get
inspired
that
you?
idea?
That's brilliant. Now, how did you do that?
I plead the fifth.
Why didn't you let go of his ankles and let him drop
stop
off the balcony?
Actually, who is Vanilla Ice?
The white rapper.
Oh, that guy. That ain't Eminem, right?
No.
Okay.
All right, let me ask you something. So, can you get high in prison? Can you get any kind of drugs you want?
I smoked cigars when I was in prison. I had a ball in prison.
Yeah,
Not that I
prison's-
wanna go
You had a
back.
ball in prison?
Great time in prison.
Prison was fun, right?
Prison was a lot of fun.
If you're,
I've never heard anybody.
I'll tell you why. If you're a brother who can protect himself, like someone like me, I would be raped, right?
If Howard, if you wouldn't keep it gangster, you'd probably be doing laundry and doing.
Laundry.
Laundry,
Look
yeah.
at those hands. They can't do
But
laundry.
see, Howard,
His hands have never done a day's hard work.
Howard, I know you keep it gangster.
Yeah.
But a lot of those guys, if they was gonna go to prison, especially some of these rap guys,
Yeah.
they probably get into braiding hair and stuff.
Right. They'd probably be doing guys' laundry and shoes and stuff like that. Did you have your own prison bitches that would like weak
Do your laundry.
guys, weak guys who would do your laundry and do whatever your manicure or whatever you needed?
Well, I didn't get no manicures and pedicures, but I made sure I got my drawers and socks washed and my t-shirts clean.
And what is it, like the weakest guys have to do that stuff?
Wait, whoever's gonna be in the cell with me had to do laundry.
Really?
White floors.
So prison ain't so bad because you have all your laundry done, as you say. You have all your amenities. Who was the guy who did your laundry? Was it a white guy or a black guy?
whoever did the best. You know, prison is more of a
Get a Chinese guy?
It's laundry.
How does prison work? In other words, you get there and then you size up everyone.
no, you don't do it like that. I mean, fortunately for me, when I took recruiting trips to go to college, all the schools I visit, I never seen anybody from my neighborhood. I never seen any of my homeboys. I might see one person that know you that you don't know in college.
Right.
Any prison I go to, I'm gonna see a whole ton of my homeboys because
It's college.
It's a
majority of
reunion.
yeah, exactly. But
That's your college.
Actually, it was really a privilege to me to see some of my homies that got life that would never ever see the streets again. I was able to spend some time when we was able to hang out, talk a little bit. You know.
Did you discover any talent in the prison or any future rap stars?
Actually, I wouldn't. I wasn't even trying to listen to no rappers and no.
Was everyone trying to audition for you in prison?
Definitely not. I was totally. See, one thing about prison, you in the mode that was going on. Once
Yeah.
you're in the yard, the outside world don't mean anything to you.
Right.
You're dealing with your world is inside.
Right.
That's how you do your time.
If you start fantasizing about the outside world, it'll kill you.
Yeah, you be stressing all the time.
Right. So when you get to prison, you have to set yourself up. They assign you a cellmate. Is that correct? Did you have someone in
Do
your
you have to
cell?
go through like the strip search and everything first, though, right?
Yeah.
Every time you go to a visit, every time you move, you finish strip down. So
They check your
balls,
butt? Really? You have to show your balls and check your butt?
all that. You know, I'll be honest with you. If anybody lying to you, say that don't happen, they lying. You know, my whole thing was, I ain't finna been over and spread no cheeks, but I was going and, squat and let them know I don't got no drugs up in my butt.
Right.
Cause, my thing is a little too soft for that. Like I tell them, when I used to go and come back from visits, I said, well, I want a keister. I damn sure can't fit. It would have to be a woman or something.
Dave, pull your pants back up over there. will you?
Yeah.
Look at him.
I just want to let him know.
Dave Letterman.
I just want to let Mr. Knight know that, people don't know my steez. I'd be up 125 with P. Diddley or P. Daddy or working the block like Magic Don Juan, Iceberg Slim's full wheel, baby.
Dave, go shave your head. Leave me alone. Wait a second. So, Mr. Knight, you, when you were in prison, you get there, you set up your cell, you check out who else is there. Some of your brothers from the hood. Then what do they got? Like these white power guys, the racist white guys who all...
Anything you could think of is going on in prison.
Okay.
But one of the things I didn't do when I was in prison the whole time, I cooked in my cell. I never went to chow. I cooked.
You cooked your own meals.
I probably ate the same thing every day. Top ramen, soup, maybe some rice, can of tuna, can of oysters.
How big was this cell? You had a pantry in it?
I mean, what...
The cell is so small, the bunkers, you probably can't see. The bunkers probably,
What do you mean you didn't eat showers? Why wouldn't you eat in the dining room?
Well, you got to realize one thing. The prisoners who's doing the time is cooking the food.
Right.
A lot of those guys are a little bit mad at the world. They ain't never going home, so it might be a little this in the food, a little that in the food.
But would you have a hot plate?
No, what you do, you make a stinger. I used to make a stinger, and you can boil the water, or sometimes you can get a hot pot, and you can rig it to get extra hot. And you take your top ramen and you break that soup up and you throw a tuna in there. And
They'd let you do that?
No, they sell it at the canteen.
At the canteen?
Yeah.
No kidding. And so you had enough money where you could actually cook your own meal.
One thing about prison, you only can spend $140 a month.
And somehow you were able to get the food and $140 a month and eat all your own meals in your cell.
Well, somebody's gonna go without eating a little bit.
Well, wait a minute.
Did you drop
set
a lot
up
of weight?
some kind of a business?
Yeah, I did. I mean, one of the things about prison, I was able to get my condition in my mind, condition in my body, and I got a lot of rest. It was, before I went to prison, even though I was working very hard, but I also party very hard.
And when but wait a second.
He said it was like going away to like a health spa.
Yeah, right. Now when you get in your cell, whoever's assigned to your cell immediately begins doing your laundry, or do you have to beat them up or something to get them to do it?
Well, I look at it like this,
you have to intimidate them.
I think it's a situation that they feel that, somebody got to do some cleaning around there.
Right.
Don't
Now,
get me
are you
wrong.
associated-
I would clean.
You would clean.
I would clean myself because who wants to stay in some filth? It's,
Right.
it's already small. It's already too small for one person,
right,
let alone two people. So the most important thing you got to do about your cell, the first thing you got to do is make sure it's clean.
Yeah. But are you associated with a gang?
Yeah, you under the protection of a gang?
I need no protection for nobody.
But are you associated?
Are you associated?
Well, I got love for my homies. I ride with my homies.
Yeah. Well, that's a yes.
Other than that,
in jail, you got to hook up with some kind of.
I understand.
It's a difference. You don't wait till you go to prison and to be and be involved with your homies. Just like some people go to prison and they turn Muslim or they turn Christians and they turn different things. And some people go to prison, they get up on a certain type of constitution. My whole thing is, I'm from my neighborhood. I stay from my neighborhood. Only person, see, one thing that people get the wrong idea about gangs and gangbangers. This is a difference. you know, you get your neighborhood's where you grew up at.
Right.
So you respect your neighborhood, you love your neighborhood, so you're gonna represent your neighborhood.
Right.
It's only one, and reason why people are part of those activities in the ghetto because they live in the ghetto.
It's like inner city Boy Scouts.
Right, but it's only one person. Ain't quite that like that.
Yeah.
But it's only one person ever in the whole United States, especially L.A., that some people used to get jumped into the game. Some people used to be a part of the game. Some people was born into the game, so their family was a part of the game.
Right.
It's only one person that paid money to be involved in the game,
right.
and that was Snoop.
Snoop paid to be in the game.
You saying Snoop Dogg paid to get into the game?
Yeah, he paid to be in the game.
Wow.
He's still not in the game.
I've had Snoop on the show. He seems like a very nice guy. I've never met Dr. Dre.
You
He
know
seems
one thing? I'm gonna tell you something. I don't have nothing.
a talented guy.
Snoop is a very, very nice kid.
Right.
If you talk to his mama, or if you talk to anybody know him, when I met Snoop, the guy he used to wear a backpack on his back.
Really?
And his stage name was Snooper Duper.
Right.
Which he was dressed like the 5 Heartbeats. If you remember the first videos we done, like Deep Cover or G Thing, he had the special ed haircut.
Yes.
Which this guy was a really, really nice kid.
Right. So you reinvented him.
So we gave him an image, true enough.
Yes.
And at one time, Snoop wanted to be a down move, better yet, a power move. A lot of people who really been around knew this. See, Snoop was a situation where he was, if you look back in the early days, he was wearing the red shirts and the burgundy shirts. One time on a Soul Train Award, he had the whole red flag on, Aunt Your Mama style. But one of the things, business is more important than anything. And I learned in this business, that from Quick to Homeboy and all, but Quick started off as banging on his records. And then when somebody asked him what do TTP stand for, according to his interviews, he told them Total Track Production, even though it stands for Treetop Power Rule, and that really hurt his career. So I talked to Snoop. I said, listen, you can't go around being something that you totally different from the neighborhood you from.
Right.
You from Long Beach, right? He said, yeah. I said, what do they have in Long Beach? I said, well, they got 20s, they got Insanes, they got 19th Streets. They don't have no blood, so you can't be a blood.
Right.
So therefore, pick one. I didn't know he was going to pick all three. He went from Insanes to 20s to 19th Street back to 20. Snoop is really a nice kid.
Right.
The guy you guys...
So you're saying that if it wasn't... You had a lot to do with him developing this gangster image.
Well, you know, one thing about... Look at the record company. If Snoop would have been on another record company, he probably been doing a different style of music.
I see. Probably ballads or something.
Yeah, but you know, gangster rap is something totally different. A lot of things. It's not about trying to put any rappers down or trying to put anybody down, but the ball, strike.
All right, so now you're out of prison. You're starting up a record company again. It's not called Death Row anymore.
It's called a Row.
Just called Row. And now you're back, and you're going to try to do business a different way, right? You're going to just go ahead and put out the music.
You can't beat up people when you have a disagreement.
Yeah, you can't beat up people anymore, right?
That's not business.
Or can you?
That's not the way you do business.
That's not all right. There you go. You say you're rehabilitated.
I'm a changed man.
Right.
What
now,
about he was with Tupac when he was shot, right?
Yeah, Tupac was your man, right?
Definitely, that's my boy.
Who killed this guy?
Who knows?
You're not gonna.
Never gonna tell, huh?
Well, you know, one of the things everybody gotta understand. I am off the block. I do see. Our world is totally different than somebody else's world.
The white man's world.
You gotta look at it.
Yeah.
You got white world, you got the ghetto, right?
Right, exactly.
So you got the ghetto, you got the suburbs.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see a guy breaking somebody's car and snatch his radio out the car, in the suburbs, somebody when the police show up, somebody gonna go and say, look, I seen that guy right over there, Larry, in the green shirt, who broke the window and took the radio out the car and went and put it in his car.
Right.
And I'm an eyewitness. And people call him an eyewitness.
Right.
In the ghetto, if somebody sees somebody break somebody's window, take their radio out their car, and the police show up and they say, I seen Larry do it. We don't call that an eyewitness. We call that a snitch.
Right.
A rat.
Yes.
A bitch.
Yes.
That's what we call it.
Well, now I get it. Dave, do you understand?
No, I just want to make Mr. Knight aware that, I've donated a considerable amount to the United Negro College Fund. And on behalf of your people, I voted for David Dickens. And I'm not even a resident of New York.
Okay, what you want to do is this. Like with me, true enough, everybody's our people, but all the ghetto is my people.
I think David Letterman here, in all fairness, though, but David Letterman is trying to bond with you. So go ahead, try and bond.
I'm going to try to bond with him, too.
Yeah.
In the ghetto,
he's trying to say something. Go ahead.
In the ghetto, I'm cutting him off at this point.
Go ahead.
In the ghetto, you got Mexicans, you got blacks.
Right.
Out here, you got Puerto Ricans, you got over, right?
Is he inappropriate?
But the whole thing about it is this. If you want to do something for the ghetto, go out there and personally give the money to the kids. Let the kids grow.
Dave, do you understand the difference?
Let's don't write a check. Let's go out there personally.
United Negro College
Go to the
Fund
ghetto,
is
is
not
what he
going to
said.
help anybody. You got to give a check to the people.
No, go to the ghetto.
Go to the ghetto.
Yeah, go to the ghetto.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that he, to Mr. Knight, he certainly has a lovely shade of skin. Absolutely no ash at all.
Wow. Well, that's a compliment. I think that should be taken as a compliment.
Yeah, I'm going to take that.
Yeah, right.
Thank you very much.
You really know how to talk ghettoese.
Oh, yeah. Well, give me an example.
Seems to know a lot about black.
Yeah, you seem to know a lot about black people.
Are you kidding me? I can roll hard anywhere. Catch me at Cali, at Roscoe's with Suge Knight.
Sure.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
You know what? One of the
I be in
things.
New Orleans with my nigger Master P. That's my dog. That's my dog.
Hey, so you're Master People up here talking ebonics, huh? So now all of a sudden you know what's going on. Hey,
Pete just watches I kick some game to Robin.
Hey, did Pete make you say, when he was hitting that or what?
You're quite, he is quite, let me hear you talk to Suge Knight in a rap style. Maybe it's something
Right.
here. Yeah.
I'll give you an example. All right, this is to Robin. All right, Robin, you ready? Here we go. All right, what's up, Busy? Can I holler at you? Damn, baby, I'll hold it down for you. The block says you got the good power. You.
Oh, wow. Look at this guy.
You know, that's
ride
pretty
with
good.
me. I'll
I don't even understand.
Bing, bing.
What do you think of Eminem? Is that, what do you think of white rap?
Well, I don't. See, one thing about something, the ghetto is colorblind on a sense. If you really from the ghetto and you really doing those things you rapping about, you talking about, I can respect that.
Right.
But if somebody else writing your rhymes, somebody else, if you telling somebody else's story, that really don't mean nothing to me.
Do you know who the white man is that really grew up in the ghetto? Howard Stern.
I believe that.
And he
true.
has no rhymes.
I cannot rhyme though. That is the problem.
See, everybody in the ghetto is not a rapper. You got a lot of entrepreneurs in the ghetto.
That was me.
You got some people, I never rapped, I never sung, I never danced.
We won't be seeing you making an album, huh?
No, a lot of
But you understand the community and the talent in the community.
Even back in the day when people used to say certain things, like if they was talking to your man Dave over there, they probably would say he got a dizzick in his miz off, and
Master David.
That's what they probably
Master
say.
David.
I'm the one, the black boys. Call Master D. There you go. I just like to say to Mr. Knight, I was one of the first white viewers of I Spy.
Oh, thank you. We all thank you.
Rap is something you express yourself. You got a lot of talent out there. Even like when we was, I feel that Pac was on a level was incredible. I mean,
He was a great
What
artist.
about Biggie?
Biggie was a great artist.
You're not really mad at P. Diddy, are you?
I mean, you know what?
Who
Everybody
cares?
said, whole thing about it, P. Diddy, P. whatever. You gotta really, everybody keep it. I know I probably sound like I'm repeating myself, but I really feel this way. We need to leave Puffy alone. Anytime a guy goes on national TV, express how much he loved this woman, how much he needs this woman, how much he missed this woman, and just do everything he can for this woman, and she turns around and drops you for a dancer.
It's
I'm
very-
What does that tell you?
What is that?
That to tell you the two things. Either he wasn't,
Delivering?
coming from the hip with it.
Yeah.
Or,
Right.
or maybe she just wanted somebody she can just slap around, I thought.
Wow,
And
this
she
is-
can bitch slap every now and then.
You-
But then again...
Is that embarrassing to-
Then again, I looked at it again, I got to start getting mixed feelings. I said, wait a minute. But Puff could dancer too. So she probably said, wait a minute. What's the difference between having a dancer with a little money and a dancer with no money? She still have a dancer.
Right.
So pretty soon, I think J-Lo finna graduate from the dancers and get some.
So when you were in prison and you'd see that J-Lo broke up with P. Diddy, you would laugh at that. That's, in other words, it's very disrespectful.
It's very disrespectful.
Made him look bad?
Made him look a bitch.
Right.
If he go around, he promoted her, he helped her, he took us to a certain level, he gave her that ghetto credibility, and he was like telling he believed her, he told her she can do it. And from the rings, from the chains, and all those type of things, and they say she snitched on him, but I like J-Lo. I think J-Lo very, very good people. I think she got a nice look about herself.
Yeah. If she went out with you, she wouldn't be leaving you, would she?
If she went out with me, her whole attitude would be different.
Right. She would go out with you, and she would be satisfied sexually, I would assume.
I would take care of her
Every way.
sexually, physically, mentally, but the whole thing about it,
Women don't leave you.
Well, wait a minute. Has he dated anyone famous?
One of the things you got to realize, I think any woman I date gonna be famous.
Yeah, but I mean, have
But
you dated
think
anyone that was
about it.
already
You
famous?
got a positive attitude.
I got a positive attitude. I like J-Lo.
Have you
but
dated famous women?
I seen the J-Lo sex tape.
You have.
Is it for real?
Wait a second. You've seen the J-Lo sex tape? Really? Who's on it with her? Who's having sex with her? P. Diddy?
No, she got some women, some guys.
Really?
And that's for real.
Is put it to you like this: Pamela Lee is PG.
Really?
Character J-Lo.
Are you in this video? Did you star in this video?
No, I was in a penitentiary.
But how did you get it?
Well, you know, certain things you just don't talk about. But I say,
Really?
but out of respect to J-Lo, if you listening, I'm the one who didn't turn you over.
Well, that's very
Never
honorable.
be out.
How can I get it? Yes, Dave.
Yeah, I'd like to ask Mr. Knight a question.
Go ahead.
First of all, I think we should, prank call Puffy and put the fear of Jesus in him. And I'd like to ask him, where are all the white women at? Now, I'll tell you where the white women are at, pal. They're at Home Depot buying Windows treatments. That's where
Windows
they're at.
treatment.
All right, listen. So what you're saying here today, if I can sum up, is your record label is back. Yes,
Do you have distribution?
Definitely.
Okay.
Can I distribution you a little bit?
What about bitches in jail though? Can you get any women snuck in there and so you can relieve yourself?
What I do, I got a appeals program that I pick out 1 to 2 inmates a year from the state, from the federal system, and the women prison. Actually, not the inmates, they convicts. Is a big difference. And a lot of people who's in prison deserve to be in prison. Some people don't deserve to be in prison. Some people got too much time. So I'm trying to do things also because a lot of these kids is missing their daddies. A lot of these women is missing their mothers. I mean, these girls.
No, I'm saying, did you have sex while you were in prison? Were you able to get women snuck into the joint?
No, you can't do that. I mean, every now and then, maybe a officer might give you a little look, but I was cool on that.
No sex for how many years did you go without?
Well, I'll put it to you like this.
Yeah.
When today, if I go to the grocery store, I gotta stay away from the cosmetic section because somebody might be trying on some lotion. If I smell some Jergens, I'm gonna get excited.
So what happened when you got out of prison? Did you have a go-to girl as soon as you got out of prison? You just banged her?
I think sex is like an art. You just don't go banging. That's the problem.
Really?
You gotta.
I know that, but a lot of these people in this room don't know that. Yeah.
You got to be the most nastiest man in the world if you got a woman. Because if you're not doing something, somebody else will.
That's right. You got to. So you have a girlfriend now?
Is there a Mrs. Knight?
Is there a Mrs. Knight?
I'm gonna tell you like this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring her on and let her represent herself.
Really?
Yeah, I ain't gonna spoil and say.
Will you give oral to a woman? A lot of black guys do not like doing that. And consider it. That's true.
Put it to you like this. To be honest with you, I'm a ball, striker, strike. If you can say ass on the station, right?
You can say ass.
If that's my ass. That's me, right?
Go ahead.
I would do everything that you think.
You don't have to look at me.
Wait. You'll do everything that.
Everything. You don't
feel it's wrong for a gangster to do that to a woman? Give her oral?
No gangster feels that.
Just put you in a subliminal,
put it to you like this.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm pretty nice up under this sweater, Howard. I break them up in the air.
You will do it.
I ain't hammer,
Right. But you want to do that to some hoe? It's got to be a woman.
No, I ain't finna do that. I know hammer. Hammer.
What is it, Dave? Yes.
I just
Go
want
ahead.
to ask Mr. Knight a question.
Because we're running out of time. Go ahead.
First of all, would Mr. Knight, I'd be honored if you'd take the time to buck Kai, my white mother. Dorothy.
Whatever that means.
Well, hit her up.
Would you do that? Yeah. Because she's dating this guy. I can't.
See, he knows how to speak this whole.
We're out of the conversation.
That's probably one of the things that make things more interesting. Maybe if we had a problem one day, then I could be what? Well, I'll be your stepdaddy.
There you go. And I just want you to know that I fully support the black man's right to suffrage.
Good.
Very good.
Oh, there you go.
As they say,
I was very angry at the way Ginger was treated on that Gilligan's Island reunion.
Hey,
and
Ginger
I'm sure
was
Mr.
black,
Knight
huh?
shares my disdain about that.
Well, I don't know that he cares. I think he's got his own problems.
How much is Suge Knight worth?
Yeah, what are you
Did
worth?
you walk out of prison and go back to a mansion?
Yeah. Where do you live? What's your lifestyle?
Well, if I put my boots and lay my cigar.
You got a house?
I got a home.
Mansion?
One of the things before we go, I like to give some shout outs to some of the homies. And
How much are you worth now? Seriously.
Penitentiary.
You have $10 million?
Ja Rule, we hung out last night at the club, the little homie.
Where'd you go? Scores?
You know what? Scores not bad.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
If you see what I see at Scores, I mean, it's a lot of guys who's married, wife be at Scores.
Right.
So either way you go, you're gonna score if you want to. Either you're gonna score with the strippers, or you're gonna score with the guy wife who's lonely for that night.
That's right. What you do is you go and look and see who's at Scores, and you go to their house and then have sex with their wife. That's smart.
You know what I first thing I do? I go and I let my homies have a good time. Some of my homies, they be like, hey, they like big women.
You ever bang a famous chick? Seriously. Give me a direct answer.
One thing you can't do. I'm not big stupid.
Go ahead.
That's Shaq. I'm not gonna get on TV and then big stupid say he hit Aaliyah and he hit
You hit Aaliyah.
No, he's talking about Shaq.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking
That's
about you.
stupid.
Oh, you think he's being stupid? Okay.
I mean, you don't get on TV.
He says he hit Cindy Crawford.
Yeah, he hit Cindy Crawford. Cindy Crawford's husband should have hit him in his mouth.
Right. But he didn't want to go to jail, though.
Yeah.
So you don't talk about any women you bang.
One thing you gotta do, certain things you don't say. You don't talk about the kids.
Mm-hmm.
You don't talk about old people. And I believe it or not, I do have a lot of respect for women.
You do.
That's very, very
As
important.
I do.
I mean, because you gotta realize one thing: a lot of these women is more tougher than some of these men.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of these guys is snitches and rats, and a lot of these women is
You have a code of silence.
cold silence.
I respect that.
But I'm right with you though, Howard. What's happening with you though? You know, could we?
Oh, I'm down with you.
You down with me?
Oh, absolutely,
And
bro.
hey, you know, I was trying to do your show because I liked your show. One thing, you got the most popular show in the penitentiary.
That's right. Absolutely.
We had to set up a phone call that one time.
Yeah, we set up a
We went
prison.
on lockdown.
We set up. You were in lockdown and you couldn't call in,
I
unfortunately.
couldn't call, but I was so excited. I was like,
Did you run your record company from jail?
You know, certain things is not legal. You can't run a business from a prison.
I see. All
You
right.
can't do it. But hey, but you know what? I still was able to take care of my family.
Real quick questions. Aisha, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up? I just wanted to wonder why he's so secretive about women. He said he let his boys go first with the women.
I didn't say I let my boys go first, baby. I said was when he was talking about a strip club. So I'm sort of graduated from that point where I got to go to strip club and get my rocks off. I said if my homies want to go, I'll be sure to make sure they have a pocket full of hunters to have a nice time. It's not
Yeah,
about
you
being.
just let them go first, so the bitch will be tired by the time you get to her, so she don't want you.
Well, is that right? It's good. She's good. She don't want me, baby. But you know what, though? I appreciate
You're scared.
that.
When you got out of jail, you weren't even running from none. You weren't even worried. Something wrong with you. You say 95% of the rappers are gay. That's because you hang with them and you.
Yeah, exactly. I do all that. The only thing I don't do
my
is,
goodness.
hey, that's real good. But you know what? She probably is a man tripping.
I recognize your voice. This is Oprah, isn't it?
Yes, this is, baby.
Yeah, Oprah. All right.
Oprah.
All right, let's go to Matt. You're on with Suge Knight, fresh out of prison, back being president of The Row. Yes.
Hey, what's going on with these black people calling each other niggers?
Well, you
I
know.
don't get that.
Sounds like Snoop to me, by the way. Yeah.
No, really. I mean, seriously.
Well, what-
I mean,
You
black
know,
people are
you
so
got.
offended.
Hold on,
when-
let me break this down. You got certain people call themselves certain things, like the woman who just called a little while ago. See, for people say we shouldn't say certain things on records. The first thing the bitch said was, "It's up the bitches up there. You want everybody to go for the bitch to be tired. What's wrong with the bitch?" I think it's freedom of speech. I think people should say what they
People
want
can
to
say what they want. If a black guy wants to call another black guy a nigga, it's okay.
Well, if it's freedom of speech, anybody can call anybody a nigga.
I ain't saying it.
It just seems like they make such a big thing out of it. You know,
Should
they call
people
me a nigger,
should people fear you?
I think anybody who's not living right with themselves should fear something. I don't know if they should fear me, but maybe they should fear God and get.
Is there anything
get it
you're
right.
afraid of?
What am I afraid of?
Look at this, fearless. Would you go on Fear Factor?
You know what? I don't think I want to go back and be a child no more. I love my mama to death. I love my daddy to
You're
death.
afraid of childhood.
And even though I did things to deserve those whippings, I think I got more whippings. if it was 2002, the way my parents whipped my butt, they'd still be in the penitentiary from the 80s.
They beat your ass every day.
But you know, it was good though. On the simple fact that I looked at it like this. Okay, if I broke a window, I know they really can afford to get the window replaced.
Right.
So I got my butt whipped. I got my ass.
So you took a lot of beatings as a kid.
Well,
Maybe that's where you learned to beat people.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
that's
when I got to school, I had to take it out on somebody. I couldn't whip pops.
right.
Damn sure couldn't
So
whip moms.
You're learning
violence
something
begets
here,
violence.
yeah.
Violence is clean violence. So parents out there, do not whip your kids' ass.
Thank
I'm afraid, if you want to ask me that, I'm afraid of Evil Dave over there. Yeah. I'm afraid of what you might say.
I'm afraid of Oprah.
Everybody's got fears.
You know, a lot of times I gave the kids time out. Maybe your parents should have given you time out instead of a whooping.
Man, I got beatings.
Really bad, huh? Who's on the phone now? This is Anthony. Go ahead.
I got a few things to say here, Howard. I hope you give me the time. First, I'd like to say, goddamn that Abe Lincoln.
Goddamn Abe Lincoln.
Abe Lincoln.
All
Goddamn.
right.
And number two, I called you before on numerous occasions when you had these rappers on. I think they're the worst addition to society ever. I think that these black guys have actually fronted themselves with these businesses that they have. They're, whatever they have, whether it's a record company or any other legitimate business to front their drug business. I think that these guys are full of crap.
Do you think this guy's fair in any way? Are you behind a
Are you
drug
fronting
business?
a drug
Well,
business with
you-
a record company?
Yeah.
Definitely not. One of the things you got to realize is this: people have a lot to say, right? But if you look at it, a lot of these businesses, a lot of these companies was built off of bootlegging money.
Right.
Before it was.
That's why I asked you, how did you start your business?
Bootlegging.
I start my business old-fashioned black way. Get what you can, how you can. I didn't do anything illegal. And I did that. I was on a 10 years investigation by the government.
Mm-hmm.
And
you came out clean?
Came out clean.
Right.
You know, one of the things, all the snitches and the liars was just lying on me. And it goes to show that if you're doing the right thing, you win at the end. One thing you got to realize is, as far as the educational part, is that people don't understand. It's harder to do something illegal than legal, on a simple fact that if you're doing something illegal, you got to win every day if you're doing something illegal. The police out only got to win once. But if you're doing something legit, you might have to put a little more work in, but it's going to be better benefits for you. So anytime somebody's doing something wrong, it catches up to you.
Dave, have you learned anything from this?
Yeah, I've learned, to fear Mr. Knight more than the IRS.
John,
I want to ask him a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good. I first of all, I just want to know that in his honor, I'm wearing my bring in your honor, sir.
Bring.
Yeah.
What's a bring?
Temporarily layoffs,
bling.
good times. I think Mr. Knight knows what I'm saying.
All right, listen. One last question from John. John, go ahead.
Hey, Shug, holla, holla.
Holla, holla, holla.
What up? Yo, Shug, I just got to ask you, just between me and you.
Yeah.
Did you kill Biggie?
Did you kill Biggie?
Definitely not.
A lot of people seem to think you killed Biggie.
Definitely not. If time would have proceeded and we would have been around long enough, Biggie definitely would have been a death row artist. He was one of the greatest rappers in the business, and I don't think that Bucky could have made his career go any higher.
Yeah.
And also, Howard, that was a great interview between Shug and Carson Daly on his show. Like Carson drilled him.
Did he?
Yeah.
Was it a good interview? Did you have? I didn't know that you did an interview with Carson.
Take it easy.
Thank you. I haven't seen that interview. Yeah.
Howard, is he hating on you?
Who?
Has he been a gangster hater?
Who?
That guy who just called.
I have no idea what he's saying.
He's trying to be a gangster hater, Howard. You can't go for that.
Well, let me tell you something. You're out of jail.
Yeah.
You're starting your business up again.
Yeah.
And you're back on the right track.
Definitely.
And that's all that matters, isn't
He
that right?
doesn't seem so scary to me.
Yeah.
Exactly, baby.
Why did everybody run out of town when you got out of jail?
I had a ball in New York, though. I hit the clubs. I hit the ghettos. I went wherever.
You went wild.
I went wild. New York is cool.
When you get out of prison, what's the first thing you do? Sex or food?
Food.
What'd you eat?
First thing I got was double, triple cheeseburger with extra cheese.
Really?
And some fries. And
McDonald's?
I mean, not McDonald's.
Fat boy? Fat burger?
Fat burger? Where do you go?
Watch it, mama.
Good night. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, thanks you for having me. Since when we get off the air, baby, you know.
I'll say hello.
Yeah, you go over there and you can have something to rob.
Hey, where the little midget at, man? I came on.
Beetlejuice.
Where Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice is not here today, but the next time you come here, Beetlejuice will be here.
Yeah, if we had known you were a Beetlejuice fan, we'd have had it.
Hey, Beetlejuice is a three-striker. He's short, he's ugly. Not really. I like Beetlejuice, though.
and he's not all that bright.